With Starfield confirmed for September, I thought a neat idea would be to turn back the clocks and see if Fallout 4 can be beat with only using fists. We started off this high-octane journey with awkwardly creating the giga-Chad that will oversee this fistful challenge. After spending some time with the abortion of my wife, I heard a knock on the door. A Jehovah Witness came with a preposition to a vault. We named ourselves in the most appropriate way, and our wife and I started to make our way towards the vault as Indiana Jones hid in the fridge. We got stuffed into a freezer, but unfortunately, we were awoken from our slumber. Our wife got one tap, and our living abortion was stolen. We reawakened again after some time, and our fists were finally free to decimate the world of Fallout 4. The first foe that met the fury of my knuckles were some innocent red roaches. We got our Pip-Boy, opened the vault that emitted strong fart-like energy into the world. We made our way towards our old home, where we met up with Codsworth, who gave us a tour of the good old neighborhood. Cumsworth gave us a tip of possible survivors in a small town named Cumscord. While on our way, we snagged a stray, Dogmeat, who offered us companionship in our adventure. Reaching Cumscord, we met up with some raiders who decided to fistfight with an unhinged single father. Once entering the building, the real test began. In these tight-knit corridors, the raiders were able to expand my ass cheeks and ravage the crater they created with a simple double-barrel shotgun. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hit him! Oh my god, this fucking game. While I might have been double-teamed more times than I can count in this one building alone. Oh! No! Holy shit, there's two of them. I'm fucking dead. My confidence allowed us to persevere through our task and reach Preston. Our homeboy gave us access to a much needed upgrade, and we became our very own homemade Iron Man. We blitzed through some more raiders and a Deathclaw that killed me at least once. Saving the Minutemen, we moved on to our next task and made our way towards Diamond City. In Diamond City, we needed help from a synth named Nick Valentine, but unfortunate for us, my man was kidnapped by fucking Italians. Once arriving at the underground pizzeria, I was met with the 40s style gangster cosplayers, with aim precision that the second my fist would land on their doughy body, I was riddled with bullets, which resulted in my demise. I slowly singled down each enemy and proceeded to get inside the vault. We rescued Nick, but as I thought we were out, we got pulled in yet again by Skinny Malone. We laid the pipe on him and the boys, and we were free to go back to Diamond City. Our next target was finding Kellogg, the abductor of our child. After using Dogmeat to track his trail, we ended up at his hiding place. Entering the hideout, my butthole began to itch due to the severe number of synths that resided in this building complex. 2 broken arms, no healing present in my inventory, and a dream was all I had left to face these turd sandwiches. I also made a significant mistake thinking this useless thumb would offer any protection. Reaching Kellogg, the bald crusader, I fisted him gleefully and finished him off with a knuckle sandwich. After exiting the fort, the Unibombers arrived in the Fallout universe, and we were on our way to find the good doctor. Amari provided us with a vaccine that gave us a deep look into Kellogg's abuse as a child. With our newfound knowledge of our child, Amari pointed us towards the Green Sea, a mellowed out place where our boy Virgin chilled out. Virgil gave us insight into how our tiny butthole will be able to get into the Institute and rescue our son. But first, we would need to find a courier with the ability to teleport. Luckily for us, it was nicely highlighted for us on our map, and we made our way towards the location of that stinky turd. We reached the high stature man, pounded him so hard that his family lineage felt my mark, and one final act of disrespect, I stripped his clothes and paraded myself as the new courier. We took our brand new courier chip to the railroad, as they had deep knowledge of the Institute and would provide me with help in saving my unwanted child. As always, the railroad needed my assistance first. Deacon and I hit up some basement, fought some aborted synths, grabbed some item, and returned to the saviors of the synth slavery. Once making our way through the Institute, while listening to some tarnished monologue, we reached our caged son. But my nipples got twisted, and I learned that the father of the Institute is my son. We toured the facility, uploaded a fire mixtape, met up with some closeted contact from the railroad, and started working on the uprising of the synths. Once returning to the squad in the rails, we offloaded some exposition, grabbed some lunch codes, and made our way back to Z1. Sean tasked us with the most important mission, and that was rounding up slaves to return to the Institute. Here, we finally interacted with our rivals, the Brotherhood of Polygamy. We spanked him out of existence and told the social outcast he must come home or my husband's wife will be upset. Reporting back to Sean, he delivered primo info about an upcoming attack by the institution to round up more synths. I quickly turned around and delivered this vital information to the mommy of the railroad. The attack felt like a massive fuck up, 3 sides all trying to accomplish one simple task. I started with decimating my foes from the hype beasts of steel, slapping them down with the raw power of my fist and power armor. I made my way into Bunker Hill, which involved more fisting action. We reached our targets, but I wasn't about to turn over my homies. So I massacred the courier who was accompanying me for the mission and set the leftover synths free. Sean met up with me on some rooftop where he had a schizo rant about the Commonwealth, though this rant was cut short when I told him I was not able to complete his mission, which left him with disappointment. It's like the type of disappointment I gave to my mom when I told her I'm going into the life of being an OnlyFans model. We learned of a new plan by the Institute to provide itself with some fast, efficient energy, and we had to collect the reactor for the dream to work. We teleported to our tower where we received a heartwarming welcome from the bros, and we took an elevator down the reactor while I hid behind Deacon. We fought our toughest enemy yet. The sentry bot had significant amounts of health, and my slow heaving jabs did slow work of his large pool of health. After destroying the sentry bot, we were welcomed by some Jimmy Neutron level NPCs. With my armor being destroyed, the laser did notable amounts of damage, but through slow and steady fisting sessions, we creamed on our foes and left with the reactor. All that was left was picking up a brother named Wallace. We made a speech to the Commonwealth announcing the Institute, then powered the almighty reactor and ran my first board meeting. I think the investors will be quite happy. But Z1 rushed to us with info from the railroad about an upcoming attack from the hype beast. But they were no match for our band of misfits and my iron fist of fury. I cleaned up the Brotherhood relatively easily, but slowly. After Mommy and I realized it was our turn to make the move, we made our way towards the Brotherhood ship. Me and Deacon arrived with confidence, shredding all that stood in our way. We planted some charges and defeated the head of the Polygamy clan. Me and Deacon snuggled up as the ship went down in flames, but the job wasn't done yet. We had one final obstacle that stood in our way. I met up with Z1, we began the assault on the institution, we teleported the railway in, and we began to rail each enemy that protected the reactor. I made one final stop to my son, waded through his monologue, leaving him with one final mark of my fatherly love, and I blew up the institute with my squad at my side, which means that I can say that Fallout 4 can be beat with only using fists. Kinda.